Hello lovelies and welcome to Unique Divalicious TV. It's your girl Letitia, and if you want to see how I got this beautiful soft romantic look, then please keep watching. Welcome back lovelies. First thing I'm going to be using is my Clinique Mild Clarifying Lotion, which is a toner, with a flat cotton pad, and I'm just going to wipe that all over my face. Prior to this video I did wash my face, and I'm just going through the motions of cleaning and toning my face to make sure there's no extra residue, and we have a blank canvas to work with. Alright, first things first, I'm going to be using the SMASHBOX Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my fingers and just wiping that very sparingly all over my face, making sure that I get the entire face. And then I'm going to use Benefit's Pore Professionals, and that's supposed to help with enlarged pores. I like to use that on my nose and around my lip area, onto my chin, and into my upper portions of my cheek. And then taking Wet n Wild's COVERALL Quad, I'm going to be using that yellow shade that's in the quad, and then the BH Cosmetics round pointed brush. And I'm going to go in with that color, and I'm just going to place that up underneath the eyes, first in a very light swiping motion, and then patting it into the skin so that it can diminish dark circles, and also that it does not set into fine lines. And then I'm going to take some more of that yellow concealer, and I'm going to go around my nose area and around my mouth, just working all around where I think that I need a little bit of concealer. Make sure into my T-zone around my brows that were done previously in another tutorial, link below. Then using a beauty blender and a little spray from Max Fix Plus, I'm going to be using my LANCOME Ultra 24-Hour Makeup in number 230 Buff, and I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. And then using that moistened beauty blender, I'm going to go through and just pat that all over my face so that I can get the light to medium coverage that I'm looking for. I don't want it to be caked on, but I do want to make sure I have coverage where I need it. And I want this to be a very soft look. I don't want it to be overly done and dramatic, so I want it to be more of an everyday soft look. Then going back in with some more of the LANCOME 230 Buff, I'm going back and just patting that very, very sparingly into my forehead and making sure not to mess up my brows, down into my T-zone, around my eye area, and anywhere else that I think that I have missed. And just very lightly blending it, because you don't want to wipe the makeup off. Then taking that green color from the quad, I'm putting that in my inner tear ducts, and anywhere that I have slight redness so that it can diffused the redness around my nose and everything, and using that BH Cosmetics pointed round dome brush from the Sculpt and Blend kit, I'm just going through and making sure I get that green color nicely blended. Then taking your favorite bronzer, I'm using a powder bronzer and the number 4 brush from the 14-piece signature set. It is a contour brush. It gets right into the hollows of the cheeks, and I'm just going to lightly decide where I want to place that contour shade. And this is more of a matte shade for contouring, because you really don't want to put too much shimmer on your face unless you're going for a glowy, dewy look. So I'm just making that into my cheekbones, around the base of my neck, and then also my hairline, making sure that I contour everything lightly where I want it. And then going in with the angled flat Sculpt and Blend brush, I'm just going through and just blending all that out really nicely so it's nice and warm. And then I'll go back in with that same brush from before, the number 4, and I'm just going through and making sure that I have everything contoured properly. And then don't forget to moisturize your lips in between. Then using MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in medium deep and a nice fluffy powder brush, I'm going to use that to just give my face a nice soft glow. And I'm just going to spread that all over my face just as a finish. And then using that small dome pointed brush from the Sculpt and Blend kit and that bronzer again, I'm going to go through and just contour my nose, going down the sides of my nose, around the base, right underneath it, just to give it a nice little shadow, and then doing the other side. And then I just want to go in, when you want to do this very lightly, you don't want to overdo it when you're especially contouring your nose. And then I'm going to take that same contour brush and I'm just going to lightly fluff it out and just blend it out. Blend, blend, blend. Next thing I'm going to be using from the Wonder Woman collection. It is this peach color. And I'm just going to lightly flush that on my cheeks, just to give it a nice glow. Again, don't want to overdo it. This is a soft, romantic look. And then I'm going to take that shimmery white color from the Wet n Wild Quad Coverall and use that as my highlight. And then I will take a brush from Real Techniques, which is a blender brush, and just lightly blend that into my skin. Also put that on my tip of my nose. Next, I'm going to be using Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'm going to take a little bit and put it all over my lid, up into the brow bone, right up underneath the brows. And then MAC's Paint Pot and Soft Ochre. I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to place that as a base so that the shadows will stay and they will last all day. Blend it out, blend it into the skin. And then I'm going to be using the Coastal Scents sample quad that I got from the Revealed 3 palette in my Birchbox. And I'm going to be using a Coastal Scents domed blender brush, and that brown shade, it's more of a matte brown, soft brown. I'm just going to put that into my crease. Now, with having smaller eyes, it's not uncommon to go a little bit above the crease so that you can make your eyes appear larger. I have very small eyes. So this is a tip and trick that I like to do, and you just go a little bit above the crease. You can even blend into the crease, especially when you're doing a little more of a softer look, but you do want to give it that appearance that your eyes are more fuller. And you just want to go in the shape that you'd like. Some like to go more oval. I like to make it so that my eyes, it gives them more of a lift, because I notice that I have a slight droop to my eyes. So I'm just doing that and just kind of giving it more of a lift when it comes to the sides of my eyes. And evening that out. And just keep applying the color. Build it to your own likeness. You don't have to do it as light as me. You can make this a darker look. However, I want it to be very soft. I'm taking an angled flat blender brush from Coastal Scents and Baked Matte Shadow in Posh. It's from LORAC. I'm just going to use that just to lightly blend out that crease color, just to soften it up, because as I keep stating, this is a very soft look. It's supposed to be a glowy, dewy, soft, romantic look. So we're just going to do that on the other side. And then, if you need to go back in, you need to define that crease again, you can go back in and do such. I'm using a large flat shadow brush from Coastal Scents in that sparkly light pinkish purple color. I'm just going to use that to warm up the crease and kind of almost in a sense do the opposite of a smoke out. Instead of smoking it out, I'm just warming it up and kind of using that as my transition color, just so I can really soften that crease up. And then going in with that angled blender brush again and going around it with what will be my highlight color is the Posh by LORAC. And just blend, blend, blend. The key to a beautiful, flawless look, or even a seamless and lineless look, is to blend your heart out. Okay, using that flat brush again and that beautiful pink purple, I'm going to put that in my inner tear duct, and I'm just going to blend it out just to give it, because it has a nice reflective quality. And then in the inner portion, the first 1/3 to half of my eyelid, I'm going to go in with that gold shade from the quad and just patting it and lightly sweeping it across my lid. And then using that more of a matte velvety red, it comes off almost reddish pink. I'm going to put that on the back half, on the second half of my lid, and patting it and blending it into the crease. Again, blend, blend, blend these colors. You want all 4 colors in this quad to look as if they're blending into one another and they're transitioning into one another. That's the key to making the look flawless. Then going in with my STILA convertible eyeliner. It's in ebony, and then I'm going to go through and I'm just halfway lining my waterline. Then off camera I added my Makeup Forever mascara and then my Smashbox Full Exposure mascara over it for my upper and lower lashes. Alright, Divas and Dolls, I hope you loved this video, and don't forget to put the tinted balm on your lips and you are good to go.